Yeah, let's go. I got a
We
dinner
on?
date.
Okay, good. Hey, welcome everybody to the Sarpy
wife.
County and City's Wastewater
Not with
Agency
the wife.
meeting. Today is Wednesday, September 24th. It's 4 p.m. The public meeting rules are on the north wall of the agency boardroom, and we'll hold the meeting in accordance with those. Present today, we have the mayor of Springfield, Robert Roseland, the mayor of Gretna, Mike Evans, the mayor of La Vista, Douglas Kindig, the mayor of Bellevue, Rusty Hike. The mayor of Papillion is absent today, and I'm Don Kelly, Sarpy County Commissioner. If you would, silence your cell phones. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, also in the meeting today, we have several of our staff members, and we'll be taking reports from each of them. Starting with the administrator and engineering update today given by Jeff Thompson, agency project engineer.
Chairman Kelly, agency member mayors, thank you. Chairman, Vice Chair Kindig, I keep this brief. On the administrator report, there is an outline that was provided in your packet. Just at a very high level, I guess the item of probably most importance is the WIFIA loan update modification. I did check in with the WIFIA team this morning. They are finishing up their year-end fiscal year. September 30th is their year-end, so things are moving a bit slower than anticipated. They said that we should expect that hopefully here sometime in October. So there is an outline of what we expect when we get that back. We'll get some internal reviews between the agency, legal, and staff teams, as well as the county staff teams. Get any questions or adjustments that need to be made back to WIFIA, and hopefully get that closed up, get it on the agency board agenda for consideration, as well as the Sarpy County board for consideration, and hopefully get that signed and approved so we can start making some progress on the next phase of design work. We did turn in the Q2 report for the agency to the Sarpy County clerk as required by our agreement with Sarpy County. And then on the county board update, the administrative team with the county had asked what the impact would be to the debt service coverage amounts if we were to borrow less on the loan. As you know, I think we're looking at about $33 million in total borrow as opposed to 45. That would lower the county's required coverage there by about $1.6 million. Should we borrow even less than the $33 million, it would proportionally come down from there. So everything's moving in the right direction, I guess is the point there. Mark will report on the financial dashboard, but just from an audit perspective, we have some great news. We have completed all the tasks associated with the audit. That's in a management review with the audit team. Hopefully we'll be getting an internal report from them here shortly, be able to go over that, and then hopefully present to the board as expected in November. And then just on the GMP update side of things, we are looking at getting another round of review comments back from the agency members. I think the due date was yesterday. I'm not sure what we've gotten in. I've been in and out of some training this week, but we'll certainly take a look at that and try to get everything back and an update provided here relatively soon. On the engineering side of things, just to roll right into that real quickly, we did get the CO for the buildings down at the Springfield Wastewater Treatment Plant facility. So Jacob has moved in down there, started to make some arrangements with his desk and the SCADA system and the control systems for the facilities down there. So that's all good news. Got a lot of other things that are kind of in the hopper associated with design. We're working on some workflows internally on connection fees and how those are collected from members and or the development community. Still working on trying to get that property that we did acquire from the Springfield folks platted so that it's all under one lot and kind of one umbrella in the event that we want to do any future improvements down there, so that it kind of streamlines things. Asset management wise, infra wise, as you may recall, subsidiary Hawkins has been working on some of the valve exercising that we received our valve exercising machine already. They've been working on assisting us with getting some of those valves exercised that are outside the confines of the field planted areas and whatnot. But things are progressing well on that side of things.
Did you get the four-wheeler?
The UTV is actually at the Sarpy County shop right now and getting rigged with lights. I got the report from George Funderblunk, and it sounds like that should be ready hopefully by the end of the week. So we are working on a safety manual that we intend on bringing back to the board for consideration and approval, just so we have a safety manual in place for field work, just to kind of limit our risk and liability and provide an outline for our field personnel. And I've also been working diligently with HDR and trying to get their proposal to a point where we can bring that in front of the board once the WIFIA loan has been modified, and we can hopefully move forward with that. So did attend some disaster management training this last couple of days. Actually, Jacob and I, through FEMA, it was held at the MUD offices. A lot of things for us to consider in regards to asset management, risk prevention, response and recovery, and so on and so forth associated with the utility as we're starting our operations here. So we'll be working on a plan here shortly to hopefully bring back to the agency board for consideration as well. But I think it's well worth the time spent in making sure that we're ready for an event that would potentially shut down the system and kind of understand what our needs are there. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions or comments? Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Financial dashboard report, Mark Setout, Agency Treasurer, CFO.
Good afternoon, board members. I'm Mark Setout, the agency treasurer. This is the Wastewater Agency's monthly financial dashboard report for the period ending August 31st, 2025. Per the board's request, we have added some additional previous year data to the dashboard. So on the right-hand side of the dashboard in gray, you will see numbers from last year for the same period. All the areas highlighted in blue are the current numbers. One thing to keep in mind as we review these numbers and as the year progresses is that the agency is in transition. So starting an operations phase after several years of a construction phase, some year-over-year comparisons may be skewed or show larger variances. These deltas shouldn't be as alarming as it may be for a business or government entity that has been in operations for many decades, where you may see smaller ebbs and flows from normal long-term operations. But definitely still worth monitoring from an agency perspective. Start off here with revenues, connection fees. Only a small increase since last month to $1.27 million. But already above the yearly budgeted amount and outpacing last year's collections fairly significantly. Flow revenues are at $121,000 for the first 2 months. That puts us slightly below budget, but very close. Remember, we're 1 month in arrears on flow billings. And we have started to see some regular flows from Oakleaf and Papillion that will be shown on future dashboards and help us meet those budgeting numbers. Last year at this point, we didn't have any flow revenue, so that comparison is not pertinent for this section, and it's not really apples to apples for most of the other remaining revenue items below either. But I will run through those. Cold water blowdown, we collected $132,000 from Meta. Springfield, Omaha sewer reimbursement, we received $33,000. The miscellaneous income is at $115,000. So that breakdown is about $69,000 for an easement payment that we received from OPPD, and the other $45,000 is from the Sarpy County Courthouse. That was a reimbursement of deposited funds that was in relation to the Jetta Trumbull lawsuit. Interest income is tracking slightly lower than budget at $31,000. So last year, the interest income was higher due to a higher balance in the account and a higher interest rate than we currently have. Total revenues are at $1.7 million and about 56% of the budgeted amounts. So we are sitting pretty well there for revenues at the moment. Next up are expenses. Expenses are a touch over $1 million, which is about 4.77% of the budget so far. 2 months in, that straight baseline for budget would be about 16.67% spend there. So we are under budget there, and our expenses are significantly lower than this time last year. And that's not surprising because we were in full construction mode at this point last year. And you can see that delta in the line item for project costs, where we had $3.5 million last year at this time, and we're only at about $780,000 right now. Loan balances. The SRF loans have been completely drawn, so no change there. The debt service payments for the SRF loans will be made in December as scheduled. WIFIA ticked up $1.2 million as we continue to draw on that loan for project-related costs. Debt service payments for WIFIA aren't scheduled until June of 2029, so you have some time there. Pilot funds, they remain unchanged from last month. We have collected 2 out of the 3 invoices so far to date. Those invoices do have an October due date. Cash on hand. At the end of the period for August, our cash on hand was at $9.26 million. That's $1.87 million increase from last month, mostly driven by WIFIA reimbursements to cash and connection fee revenue. So based on this increased cash on hand, as well as all the receivables that we had booked and the recent WIFIA scope modification allowing the reimbursement for the $2.4 million in construction expenses for the Springfield decommissioning, the agency felt it was an opportune time for us to move some funds over to a higher interest-bearing account, which we did this month. We moved $2 million to a CD with 5 Points Bank. The term is 5 months, and the interest rate is 4.15%. So we completed that process this month, and that will be reflected on next month's dashboard for September. This investment will help us gain some ground on our interest income without tying up our cash for a long period of time. That's all I have for you today. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
On the checking account, is that an interest-bearing checking account at all, or?
Yes, it is. So it's like at 2.2% right now.
All right, that's fine. I was just thinking, maybe we might want to look at having a savings account, because don't savings accounts generally have a little bit higher interest rate than a checking?
I think that for a business checking account, that's a pretty competitive rate.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions for Mark? Thank you. Okay. Takes us to the consent agenda. We have 2 items on the consent agenda unless anyone wants to see those moved. It's the claims report and the minutes from our last meeting. Take a motion to approve as published.
Motion, Bellevue. Second.
Motion by Bellevue, second by Springfield. Any discussion? Please vote.
Yeas 5, absent Papillion, motion carried.
Okay, on the regular agenda, 2 items. The first one is Resolution 26, approving the Bobcat purchase, Jeff Thompson, project engineer.
Chairman Kelly, agency member mayors, thank you. Jeff Thompson, project engineer for the agency. As we discussed at our last board meeting, this is the final piece of equipment that we see is necessary and needed for our field operations. Jacob Slobodnik, our field superintendent, is pretty much a single standalone employee. This will help him with some snow removal, some brush cutting, and some other things around several of the structures that we have that are our responsibility to maintain. All that being said, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I have a question not related to the Bobcat, but just, you mentioned that he had moved in to the
Yeah,
facility.
yes, sir. He did move into the facility down at the Springfield
So
Village.
are the other facilities down there completed too then, or?
Yes, everything for the most part is completed, 100%. Yep.
So when's the ribbon cutting?
Thought we had one of those. The first flush ceremony, yeah.
What's some cake?
Oh, gee. You want some cake? Yeah.
No, I'd like to see it. I mean,
Absolutely,
maybe
yeah.
sometime.
I'd be happy to take the board down at any given time and show them around.
It'd be nice to look at.
Yeah.
Before the winter gets here.
Yeah, and I think you've seen it when it was kind of about right at the infancy stage of the demo. So I think you'll be happily surprised at the
So
outcome.
did they fill that?
They did, yeah.
with
The
sand,
full 2 stories below in the old lab and
sand?
electrical. Yeah, we filled it with flowable fill, which is basically sand and Portland cement in a very watered down mix. So, but yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah.
Any other questions for Jeff on this resolution? Then I'll take a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay, a motion by LaVista, second by Gretna. Any further discussion? Please vote.
Yeas 5, absent Papillion, motion carried.
Okay, the last item on the agenda is setting the Resolution 27, setting the dates and times for the November and December 2025 agency board meetings. Jeff?
Chairman Kelly, agent member mayors, again, Jeff Thompson, project engineer for the agency. Yeah, this is pretty standard for us year to year because our board meetings fall on the 4th Wednesday of the month. With the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas being around those times, we generally try to push those meetings up a week or two. So this resolution would allow us to do that and advertise for those particular dates. So be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Okay, so we're looking at the Wednesday, the 19th, which is the week before
Yes,
the
sir.
holiday? Okay.
It is, yes.
On November and then December 10th. Any questions? Motion, please.
Make a motion. Second.
Okay, motion by Springfield and second by Bellevue. Please vote.
Mayor Kindig, can you vote?
Sorry.
Yeas 5, absent Papillion, motion carried.
Okay, our
Thank you.
next meeting is October 22nd, 2025. All the agenda items having been addressed as published, the Sarpy County and Cities Wastewater Agency Board is adjourned. Thanks for coming.
Lisa, would you mind sending